Ah, the new guy's coming in with jokes. All right. But you know what us old-timers like? Some Saturday afternoon football. Northwestern came out of the gates blazing, knocking off Purdue in its season opener. But after back-to-back losses, the Wildcats found themselves reeling a bit. The first chance at redemption, the Michigan Wolverines. Millie Rock on every block here in San Diego is absolute paradise on New Year's Eve. But let's get a change around 6 p.m. as rain will begin to drop down on the teams in the Holiday Bowl this year. Now that could give an advantage to Utah as they possess the best kicker in the country in Matt Gay. But hopefully this will not keep the Wildcats from getting their 9th win on the season. After 20 months and $110 million in renovations, Welsh Ryan is now reopened to the public.
3, 2, 1.
A boisterous band, spirited cheerleaders, and Willie the Wildcat, oh my, hundreds of Wildcats celebrated Welsh Ryan's grand reopening. Now one major change is crowd size. Over 1,000 seats were taken out to make Welsh Ryan more accessible, a feature that both Pat and Shirley Ryan were especially keen on.
In the old arena, we had very narrow steps, steep, and no handrail. People didn't fall, but we saw several times very close calls.
Another new feature, the Wilson Club, offers an array of meals that are sure to leave your mouth watering after the first bite. Jim Phillips, Vice President for Athletics and Recreation, thinks the new renovations will lead to tremendous success in years to come.
I think this is just the beginning because we haven't had a chance to recruit to it yet. We haven't been able to train in it yet. We haven't been able to do the things that I think you're going to see a facility of this magnitude will do for all of our programs, certainly that play in here.
The first official home game is on November 8th against New Orleans. In one of the biggest comebacks in Northwestern football history, the Cats clawed back to a 31-20 victory over the Utah Utes in this year's Holiday Bowl. Quarterback Clayton Thorson completed passes to numerous receivers, including offensive lineman Trey Clark. But the game really shifted in the third quarter off of a 86-yard fumble return for touchdown by safety Jared McGee. Now, bigger picture, the Cats have won 9 games in 3 of the last 4 seasons, and most likely will finish in the top 25 of this year's rankings. Clayton Thorson is going to the city of brotherly love and becoming a Philadelphia Eagle. Were you kind of surprised at where he was drafted, and how well do you think he will be able to adapt to the NFL? The men's team has been the Cinderella story of the Big Ten thus far into the season. The Cats currently own a 15-4 record and are on a 3-game winning streak. But could they crunch the Ohio State Buckeyes? Let's take a look. Grab your basketball, your jump shot, and 2 of your closest friends for Spring Slam 2018. We caught up with spokesperson Carson McLaughlin to find out more.
Spring Slam's a charity 3-on-3 basketball tournament that we hold typically every Memorial Day, or at least in the spring. It started a couple years ago, and the goal behind it this year is we're benefiting an organization called the Sports Shed in Chicago, which helps underprivileged kids get access to sports equipment.
Spring Slam was first started in 2016 and is showing no signs of slowing down.
Hoping in the future that we might be able to expand it to bigger. I mean, the dream would be if we could run a 64-team tournament, but that gets difficult logistically, especially because we have limited court space.
12-minute halves with 1 referee. It is safe to say that Spring Slam is, well, a slam dunk. Northwestern's purple and white turned pink for the swim team's Breaststroke for Breast Cancer event. Senior captain Catherine Senseman is one of a few swimmers with a family connection to cancer.
The event started 6 years ago with some of the Northwestern women's swimming teammates, and they want to raise awareness for breast cancer research and treatment.
Besides swimming, Breaststroke for Breast Cancer offered a silent auction including a Chris Collins signed basketball, a Starbucks basket, and breast cancer-inspired artwork. But what couldn't be ignored was the presence of many different Northwestern student athletes.
It makes me feel really good that the Northwestern community cares about more than just academics and athletics. We have club teams here, other varsity teams here. So it really shows a bond that we care about each other and we care about and we want to reach out, and that is personal.
Evan Denton, NNN Sports. When the Wildcats welcome in-state rival Illinois to Welsh Ryan Arena. At 18-5, the Cats are smelling the NCAA tournament roses. Could they bring in win number 19? Out to Welsh Ryan we go. The Cats gearing up for a big-time game against the Fighting Illini. After a nice post entry from Isaiah Brown to Derek Pardon, Pardon seals off his defender and slams it down with authority. Send it in, big fella. A little bit later now, Vic Law on the fast break. He swoops in from the wing and throws it down. Mama, there goes that man. Game tied at half, 28-28. A little bit later now, Vic Law drives but has the ball pickpocketed by Malcolm Lee, who goes down the court, finds an open. Jalen Coleman lands for the layup. 55-53 Illini. A little bit later now, B-Mac drives baseline and delivers a dime to Law in the corner, and splash. Look at the flick of the wrist. The Cats are on the comeback trail. A little bit later now, B-Mac uses the Pardon screen, plays a little two-man game, spots up for three, and kaboom. But the Cats would lose 68-61. Our own Lindsay Armacast has more. Hello and welcome into the Worldwide Wrap-Up. I'm Evan Denton. Europe was definitely the place to be for this summer's biggest world sporting events. The club table tennis team has served up one of the most successful seasons in recent program history. The man up front, President David Lee.
We just had nationals this past weekend. We flew down to Austin, Texas. We came in at the 19th seed and we came out as the 16th. So we moved up 3 places and we're 16th in the nation now.
No funding has made it hard for lesser-known club sports to reach a wider audience.
We always look for new blood to come into the team. You know, we don't actually recruit table tennis players directly, so we really hope a lot of people will show interest and come and join our club, and hopefully we'll continue repeating our success that we've been having over the past 3 years.
Through it all, the club considers itself a close family.
Every Tuesday, Thursdays and Sundays, it's a stress breaker for a graduate student, and the team members are very kind and helpful. Sometimes I play with Eddie and David, and that's more like a coaching session for me. It's fun to play with these people and I enjoy playing table tennis with them.
Evan Denton, Northwestern News.